Gian Paolo, in your role, you get to see so many cool things because you meet with so many companies that are helping to define the next generation of product development. And that means that you're seeing both their successes and their struggles. So in your opinion, what makes these companies so cutting edge and what challenges are they facing?
Well, Lynn, this is a two-part question, but there is only one answer, and the answer is innovation. In my experience, the leading companies are the ones that put innovation first. The companies with the brightest future are the ones who are agile enough to experiment and find new ways to improve their products and processes. I speak to a lot of people who are doing this right now, and they tell me their biggest challenge is making sure that innovation stays continuous, that they are always looking for new ways to tweak and improve their products and the development process, because that's what is going to make them competitive in the long term. One innovation area many companies struggle with is finding new ways to anticipate their customers' wants and needs. Because in this age of experience, giving the customer exactly what they want, when they want it, is a business imperative. Today's customers want everything customized for them, and many are interested in making sure the products and services they buy are more sensitive to environmental and social concerns. In fact, for the first time, we are seeing sustainability becoming part of companies' value proposition. Sustainable creation is now seen as a key differentiator that companies can point to when marketing their products.
Sustainability is a hot button issue for sure, and it's not just about customer choice or answering to the court of public opinion. I've seen more and more regulations being drafted that call for standard frameworks or requiring companies to provide evidence of how sustainability is considered in the entire life cycle of a product. And that too can be a great motivator for innovation.
That's for sure, Lynn. Challenge and change are the mother of innovation, right?
Yeah.
New regulation, business disruptions, economic and political crises. These are external factors we cannot control that we just have to adapt to. In business, like in evolution, it is not the strongest or the smartest that survive, but the most adaptable, right? So in my mind, flexibility and agility are the underlying condition to make innovation happen.
And as if external challenges weren't enough, there's all those internal hurdles that people need to navigate, right? I've talked to a lot of people in this space, and one of the main complaints I hear is that teams and departments are too siloed, and that leads to a lot of throw-it-over-the-wall behavior, which only makes disjointed or disconnected processes worse. I know helping companies create a single source of truth or single product definition that better connects people, ideas, and data is a passion of yours. So how can this single source of truth help business, and how does it streamline product development so that companies are growing in the right direction?
This is right. No matter what type of industry you are in, the only way to ensure your organization is moving in the right direction is to make smart, informed decisions when it comes to areas of your business that are critical to success. And to do that, you need three things, in my opinion: consistency, transparency, and accessibility of data. Consistency is so important, especially when you are comparing data from disparate sources. Take a simulation data, for instance. For companies to derive a full value from it, the data must be synchronized with the correct version and configuration of a product, right? Having consistency in those areas eliminates duplication and the chance of costly misalignment and mistakes. Transparency is vital because it helps ensure the right information is available to as many people as necessary. It increases team alignment as they work towards common goals, and it helps identify places where improvements and adjustments are either necessary or potentially helpful. Last but not least is accessibility. When every member of your product development ecosystem has the information they need, and they have it reliably and quickly, it creates a culture of trust and collaboration. And it is in those working environments where innovation thrives. 3DEXPERIENCE gives you all this because it has a single product definition at its core. That means anybody in the company, based on their function and access rights, can view, modify, and contribute to one continuous workflow. Everyone who needs it is plugged into a single source of truth in real time. It is the only business innovation portfolio in the marketplace today that is purpose-built for product development, covering you from ideation to production.
That's amazing. And speaking of business innovation, I've been involved in a lot of discussion around companies leveraging technology to make the most of their resources. And it can help drive a lot of innovation without forcing the business to reinvent the wheel. And from where I sit, one of the most important things that technology can do is capture and share important institutional knowledge. In the not too distant past, it was very typical for employees to spend their entire career with one company, right? But today, well, not so much. And that means companies need to get better about connecting process and systems. That way, if and when people leave, the next generation of engineers can pick things up almost seamlessly. And I think that this concept is easy to grasp, but hard to put in practice. And the truth is that many companies have invested in a variety of tools that just don't necessarily talk to each other. They have heaps and heaps of useful data from different departments, but the lack of a common platform keeps them from making sense of it all. So, GP, how can 3DEXPERIENCE Works help product development leaders leverage their existing investments like CAD tools and data and people in the best possible way?
It's simple, Lynn. 3DEXPERIENCE Works as a unified product definition at its core. It facilitates connections and normalizes all existing assets into a single platform. That is why. And once on that platform, it is easier for organizations to innovate and accelerate every aspect of their business and capture that institutional knowledge in the process so that legacy data and tools can transform into a powerful competitive advantage.
With the 3DEXPERIENCE platform, everything has changed. 3DEXPERIENCE for us is much more than an engineering tool. Yes, it allows our engineers to work together more efficiently, but also allows other colleagues to be involved in the engineering process, sharing data like never before. 3DEXPERIENCE for us speeds up our product development, which is essential in these days. Time to market is really important. By allowing people to connect to the project much earlier and share data, we can save a lot of money and make less mistakes.
3DEXPERIENCE Works combines SolidWorks' famous ease of use with all the best-in-class applications from ideation to design, simulation, governance, manufacturing, all the way into marketing and sales. With 3DEXPERIENCE Works, transformation will happen without disruption. This is very important. It can help business leaders minimize risk and reduce any resistance to change they may experience internally.
Speaking of change, product development leaders are often tasked with implementing changes that can help reduce the lead time it takes to create a product. How can 3DEXPERIENCE Works help with this?
Yes, let me explain how we can reduce the lead time. This is a very important topic, actually. In fact, there is a very interesting research study, actually more than one, that shows that the main source of product delays is a poor collaboration of teams. And most times, that was because these teams are working in silos with disconnected tools and data sources. This disconnect has such a huge price. It leads to higher cost, quality problems, and missing market requirements. 3DEXPERIENCE Works was built to fix exactly this, to be a very collaborative platform for any type of structured and also unstructured workflows that are so important in innovation. It connects people, functions, and organizations to create that consistency, transparency, and accessibility I was talking about earlier.
So earlier what I noticed was that many of the departments, they were working in their own silos. So sometimes working in these silos, it created a friction between different departments. But with the Lean team player, everyone is on a common dashboard. Even if I'm traveling or one of my project engineers is at the site, he can just document the observations that he made at the site, and he can just put it online to the Lean team player. And I can on the go, I can just take my tab and write my comments. And even in the times of adversity, if a person is facing any challenge, I have noticed people just posting it on the community, and the other team members helping him with their suggestions, or taking some responsibility of that project on them. And so I think this has brought the team much more closer.
It really is a game changer for companies looking to innovate and increase their competitive advantage. That's what I'm hearing. So let's talk about product lifecycle management, PLM. Today, product development processes are generating more data than ever. And for instance, a typical machine design project may contain thousands of files, including parts and assemblies and drawing files and simulation files and computer-aided manufacturing files. Legacy CAD, CAE files need to be easily accessed for reuse. And there's the countless files necessary for effective project communications, right? Like spreadsheets and PDFs and emails, etc. So if you're going to optimize collaboration among teams, all of these files need to be centrally managed. PLM systems used by large enterprises to manage this information are too complex for small and medium-sized companies, especially those who struggle to keep up with the new demands of their dispersed work teams. And they also require a lot of IT infrastructure and customization, and that really drives up the costs. But cloud-based PLM removes these problems. It lets small and medium-sized companies get in the mix more by giving them all the power and agility of the big guys' PLM systems, but without all that overhead. And I know that this is something that you're really excited about, GP. So please tell us about how 3DEXPERIENCE Works is helping to democratize PLM for more companies.
Yes, definitely eliminating the anxiety about file chaos is a topic that is near and dear to my heart. Yeah. Cloud-based PLM tools, often as part of a 3DEXPERIENCE Works portfolio, enable speedy collaboration by providing a unified place for all data to reside with secure access for anyone in the value chain with an internet connection. The 3DEXPERIENCE platform eliminates the chaos of data organized by files. In the platform, every bit of data is organized in a database where all the relations, iterations, and connections are kept automatically in a zero-file model. Suppliers, customers, remote team members, all your key stakeholders can participate from any location at any time and on any device, making it easier to manage the complexities of the entire product lifecycle.
We are dealing in commercial vehicle segment. This segment is very vast and very dynamic. Collaborating inside our company and with the customers both are very important. I used to collect all the information from our customer. I used to manually intervene and give it to my design team. My design team will run a quick DFMEA and give me the feedback. Once the 3DEXPERIENCE came, I did not have to manually interfere. Once the data came, it was directly passed on to the 3DEXPERIENCE server and passed on to my design team.
The 3DEXPERIENCE platform, which powers the 3DEXPERIENCE Works portfolio, makes it easy for everyone in the company to participate in the product development process. Easy to use apps make it so that everyone can share their insight and expertise, Say goodbye to data extractions, screen captures, email, Excel spreadsheets, and all those other file-based communication tools where things get lost so easily. The platform automatically keeps an audit trail of engineering and communication data, helping to minimize errors and communication miscues. Bringing together people, processes, and data for PLM is as easy as connecting the dots.
0 files. I love that. How are these cloud-based PLM tools helping current SolidWorks users modernize their workflows?
The collaborative design for a SolidWorks application is designed to connect existing SolidWorks users directly to the 3DEXPERIENCE platform in the cloud and reaping its benefits almost immediately. It's ready to use and can be accessed on any device so teams can be productive right away. No servers to buy, no IT to manage. Just a secure, single source of truth for managing all engineering data, task, communication, changes, and so on.
Once we adopted the 3DEXPERIENCE platform, it was really a game changer for us. For us, with a lot of our internal workforce going remote, on top of maintaining a network of third-party industrial design firms and a contract manufacturer, having a platform that allowed for collaboration remotely was super important for us. 3DEXPERIENCE provided a really solid solution to accelerate those R&D efforts.
It's been helping us in the collaboration aspect where we're not sending CAD models over email anymore. We're not changing revisions, then naming it like Rev A-1.1.1. The tracking inside SolidWorks and the releasing and the freezing in work, all that stuff is incredibly helpful for us.
What about cloud storage solutions for documents? I know there's tons of options, but in my experience, few of them are engineering aware and that they understand the relationships between drawings and parts and assemblies.
Well, Lynn, did you really think we'd create document management without considering the engineers? Of course, never, right? As I said, the 3DEXPERIENCE platform is a zero-file environment. When you are ready to add your designs, just save them on the cloud. The platform will organize the data automatically, will help resolve mistakes like missing links or duplications, and allow secure access from any web browser, making part numbers, description, and previews available to the whole business.
Well, what about capturing change and revisions to avoid version control problems? I know that's the bane of so many companies.
Yes, we know that very well. It's covered, of course. These days, a quick revision note on a drawings won't cut it anymore, right? You need access to powerful where-used capabilities that help inform decision-making about the impact of the change. And when a change is required, as it always happens, you can do it with confidence because the old revision can be retrieved at any time. You can always go back if you need to.
Okay, so you are 3 for 3 on my gotcha questions. Now let's see if I can stump you with a very detail-oriented area of workflow. Bookkeeping, pulling part numbers, filling out title blocks, creating PDFs, all that tedious and time-consuming stuff. How does the 3DEXPERIENCE platform stand up to that?
Well, Lynn, all of this is automated. Platform stands for automation, right? Common activities like creating part numbers are automatically added to the bill of material, filling out key information on the title block when a design is released, creating common deliverables like PDF. You said a lot of PDFs in businesses, right? The platform takes care of all that, so users can stay focused on what they love, innovating.
All right, 4 out of 4. Nice work. How about virtual twin experiences? That is a very big deal for all of us at Dassault Systemes. And for those who might not know, a virtual twin experience is a real-time virtual representation of a product or a system that can be used to test all possible scenarios and predict the outcomes. It could be something product-related, like an e-bike, or an assembly line for which those e-bikes are made. or it can be as big and complex as an entire city. The central idea is that these twins create a science-based representation of an entity based on 3D models, and then combine it with simulation and data science capabilities like predictive analytics so you can innovate and improve on concepts early and often. And the result is this entire strategic instrument which can drive the innovation of products and operations while cutting across every type of functional silo. GP, explain to us why virtual twin experiences are the future of long-term collaborative innovation.
I sure will, Lynn. Representing real-life entities and all their operational data enables growth and development because it generates accurate, science-based simulations to help assess the impact of potential ideas. It empowers innovation because it's so much easier and less costly to experiment. You reduce physical resources devoted to testing, and you get to explore a far greater number of accurate, science-based scenarios than what is possible in real-life conditions, even ones that would be very hard to reproduce in the real world, like system failures. You gather the data, the experiments, and the results, and instantly share all that information in a community without having to leave the unified environment. The combination of virtual twins and data science opens unlimited horizons to new virtual experimentation. And that, my friend, is what sets companies up for success today, tomorrow, and well into the future.
With the industry that we're in, food service, there's a lot of extra regulation that comes into play when you're designing parts, mechanisms, electronics to be interfacing with people, to be interfacing with really rough environments. So this is probably one of the more complex static designs.
We used SolidWorks essentially to give us this very useful environment to basically have the utensil in an assembly form and see where it's going to go in the physical space.
SolidWorks forms the core actually of the product because everything is based on this digital twin of the robot.
Moving towards 3D experience was a long time coming.
We're able to build a digital twin of the product, and so everybody can see that, and when they make their changes, other people can immediately grab it.
I still remember the days when we were passing CAD files back and forth, like in zip files.
The fact that it was cloud-based, it was super modular. All these features made it alluring for us to switch over to this type of paradigm instead of the more traditional server room type paradigm.
I really don't think it would have been possible to get to where we are now in terms of the development of Alfred without 3D experience.